Running is the purest expression of movement, a simple act that can transform lives. It's scientifically proven to enhance brain function, elevate our mood, and even extend our lives.
My name's Elise and I'm a social worker, personal trainer and a running coach. I've been doing that for the last 10 years.
My name is Mick Chapman. I'm a public health nutritionist and one of my passions is around helping people live a healthier, longer life. Elise called me and she started spitballing the idea of a run program that has a little bit more extra to it. It isn't just a run club, it isn't just a standard 12-week run program.
In 2023, we created Run for Resilience, a free program that combines physiology, nutrition and psychology to break down barriers to healthy living.
The program highlights the importance of community connection, reducing loneliness and the importance of just learning how to exercise and making it sustainable.
Run for Resilience is pretty much a program that tries to empower people to take movement into their life. And as a vehicle of movement, it allows people to open up around their mental health and well-being and hopefully provide a little bit of resilience to other parts of their life as well.
Now in its second year, 30 beginner runners are set to take on the 12-week challenge, building up to a 10-kilometre race at the Sydney Marathon. The aim is to cultivate resilience and enhance health in every aspect of their lives.
Running definitely allowed me to have more gratitude in my day-to-day life.
This is my own outlet to be able to focus and function day to day.
Hopefully we instill that in the participants as well, and I hope that they're pleasantly surprised in 12 weeks' time.
Morning everybody! Before we begin, we acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we are running and meeting on today, the Gadigal and Bidjigal people of the Eora Nation. So welcome everyone. I thought I'd quickly touch on the program. So we kind of run for a minute and then we walk for a minute.
Week one was like the first day of school when you're driving there and you're like, don't know anyone, and like I probably come across as quite extroverted to like my friends and family, but like throw me in like a new group and I'm like a mute. I was pretty apprehensive about the like keeping up or whether I was going to wet myself.
We're going to run up to our little warm-up section, do a little warm-up and then continue with the program.
My first impressions of Elise and Mick, they just seemed like the best hype people, but quite genuine. Like they were very supportive, extremely like inclusive.
Just jump in the circle. So here we normally kind of do a couple of warm-up exercises.
I got up early, probably a bit too early. It kind of gave me a bit too much time to overthink it. And then I got in my car, I drove, and where I parked the car, I could like see some people like slowly grouping together, and I was like, oh fuck, that must be them.
So this morning what we're going to do is we will head right and we will walk for 1 minute and jog for 1 minute. Walk for 1 minute, jog for 1 minute.
Week one, I was nervous. I was kind of 50-50. I was kind of like, fuck, am I going to do this? Am I actually going to get out of the car? Because I kind of knew once I got out of the car, it would become real and I'd meet them and I'd feel obviously like committed to this.
This first block is all about building confidence to run. It's okay to walk, be kind to yourself, understand that running and learning how to run is a journey and everyone's journey is different. My biggest thing is about really creating relationships with every single person so they know that they're coming to a friendly environment. For me, it's just about understanding like who's in our group and how we can best support them through the program.
Let's go.
The reason I chose to get involved with Run for Resilience was I had a little girl. I was, I think, 2 years postpartum and I hadn't really got back into running, and growing up it was just one of those things that I loved doing. I used to run around the paddock with my gumboots on, but I really missed running. It was also tracking mental health, which was another thing that I'd really struggled with, and I was still kind of seeing someone regularly.
I got involved with Run for Resilience after meeting a girl who'd done it the previous year. I just kind of wanted to show up for myself and do something for myself that I hadn't done, and kind of show myself that I can do something challenging.
We just thought we'd stop now because we do want to take it quite easy the first couple of weeks just to get everyone into it. So we actually ran about 2.5k this morning, run and walk. It took 20 minutes, which is pretty cool. The idea is to try and chat with you guys on a Wednesday, but also check in every fortnight.
This is probably the best part of each week, but we've got a lot of things along the way, so please jump in. If you've got the time to come down and I'm going to do Park Run, which is a 5k run to kind of get you going midway through. We've got psychologist presentations. I'll do a presentation on nutrition. We've got LSKD coming on board to give us some kit as well. We'll have a VIP night with them. So there's lots to do around this program. So yeah, jump in, get involved. And yeah, we're so keen to have you guys at work. Let's get a photo.
Quick photo, yeah.
So jump over that one.
I just want to ask one question. Who, I guess, would not have turned up today if we weren't meeting? Your hands up. So thank you so much for coming. That's a whole important thing about this program is this community connection and making friends and meeting once a week, just to keep us motivated and accountable, and just also just to enjoy running, and especially that introduction into running. We have the beautiful Lydia here as well. She is a physio.
From the start, we really wanted to embed a bit more of a holistic approach to kind of health and movement. And part of that is bringing along health professionals on the journey.
In terms of things that we can do to help reduce our risk of injury, listening to your coach. So that's obviously really important.
The beauty of having a physio down there, Lydia, one of our close mates, who also we've met through running, it's starting those small conversations that kind of trigger something in people's brain to go, actually, I've got another follow-on question from that. Let's keep the conversation going.
That we're getting our heart rate down, you're gonna like start breathing, you're gonna breathe down into
Going to see a GP, it's a very fleeting conversation, and I think by having a 12-week program where you've got kind of sprinkled in there health professionals, it's a lot more of a comfortable space to go, oh, that health professional is just a person too, and we can connect on a personal level. And it was encouraged that people would start conversations to reduce barriers to accessing health professionals.
Also, when we have low back when we run, it can be related to some of our stabilizing muscles, so things like hip flexors and glutes. So the first sort of thing that you can do is actually getting your massage ball into your glute. And when a muscle is tired and fatigued, it tends to want to tighten up as a protective mechanism. So the best thing long term is building capacity in those muscles so that they're not like working so hard all the time. It's actually like quite comfortable for them and they're not doing that essentially.
Block 2 is all around building strength, teaching people about tempo training and running a little bit quicker. All of these participants are beginners, and so we want to try and educate them as best as we can on what a running program does look like, but also tailoring it and making sure that they don't essentially have to fit every single thing into the 12-week program.
People are starting to dip their toe in and they understand what the program is about. It is around movement, it's around that resilience element of it. There is so much benefit out there when you do it in a group.
Morning, everybody. This is week 5, which is cool. I also want to send out week 4 because I feel like it's going super fast. Let's go, we've got our warm-up first.
Each week, it's about more of like a mental challenge for people and building that resilience and knowing that they can do it and mind over matter.
We're starting to feel the benefits of running. I'm still feeling good, I'm still feeling motivated, I'm doing the runs on my own. I think I gained confidence from starting out the running and starting to see myself improve. probably trickled down in other areas of my life. Just like generally I was in a better mood probably, and I was feeling capable and I was feeling competent.
When I first joined the program, I didn't realise the time commitment. It is really hard to like implement sort of the training amongst my busy life. After I had my little girl, my postpartum recovery was really difficult. So I was diagnosed with postnatal depression and PTSD from my birthing experience. So like flashbacks. I was like just back in the birthing suite, and we talk about PTSD being something that, you know, war veterans or, you know, people in really harrowing situations kind of experience. I never ever thought that someone giving birth could experience that. And then from that, I just had a lot of complications. Like I gave birth naturally, but I had to see the clinic at the hospital for 3 weeks for the wound, on top of the postnatal depression, which was affecting my ability to socialise. It was affecting my happiness. I felt like I'd become this different person, and that it was just a lot of bad news, or it was just a lot of like, it is what it is. Like, or like, sorry, it's not going to improve. I saw so many health practitioners and specialists like in my recovery. I think to find someone like Elise that's kind of not a medical practitioner as such, but like is almost better. Just the one person throughout like my whole journey that kind of had a positive impact rather than just like a medical impact, or wasn't fixated on the barriers or like the rehab.
Week 6 of the program, and it is a 5-kilometre run. And something that's super important to this program, because it's midway and park runners all over the country and the world. So we like to tell people that wherever you are on a Saturday morning at 7 a.m, you can get up and do this, and it's for free. People were nervous because some had never really been to Centennial Park before. It's a big park, where to go, what to do. So a lot were really nervous because they were worried that they hadn't done enough training. Some people were unsure. So I think we had a lot of mixed of emotions.
It's just introducing them to that new element of a bit of a race environment. There's also no pressure in that environment either. They can run, they can walk. It's an opportunity to push themselves as much or as little as they want to.
Recommendation is to take it out slow. So many people in this will sprint out of the gate and then slow it right down.
Okay? Company.
So, yeah.
A lot of you are beginners still, so we're not expecting you to be able to run the whole 5K still.
The 5K race that we did halfway through was really daunting. I hadn't ran that far for probably 3 or 4 years, and I'd never really run in a race environment. There's lots of people, and there's a whole like buzz and energy.
We just did gymnastics and tennis.
The start gun or whatever, whoever yells go, it's quite exhilarating, like you're just running. After you get over the shock of running in that group, it was just like trying not to lose sight of the person who was, doing 5Ks in half an hour. So that was like my goal, which I didn't catch her, but I got close.
I love seeing everyone come over the finish line. Like, it's something that I guess part of the program and part of the end goal is the big finish line at the big race. So I just think I love seeing everyone smile and just so proud of themselves, and I think that's something that also motivates people to keep going within the program. It's like, yes, I can do hard things. This was their first time, and it was really cool to see that. So proud of them.
The vibes that we have from parkrun on that day were just so good. The conversations were just endless. It's a really good warm-up to understand what a race environment might look like.
I suppose I'm feeling more grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the program and following it along. At the beginning it felt like lots of unknowns, and now I can see that things are moving. I think running could be helping other parts of my life. I suppose it's early days, but I feel like it's giving me a bit more space for me. When I'm running by myself, I guess I'm giving myself that time alone to just clear the head noise. In my job, I have the privilege of bearing witness to people's pain, but also their resistance and their resilience to that. I think it's part of like our human nature to just keep going, and I think that's what resilience is, you know, through everything that the world can throw at people, they just keep going, they just keep showing up for themselves. And I suppose this is my own path of doing that for myself, doing something that's uncomfortable for me that I haven't done before, and just watching myself keep showing up.
My fear going into week 8 was fitness and being able to go the distance. I think like 7Ks was the most I think I'd done, and just having that stamina, and the program did start to get quite intense with like stairs.
Coogee Stairs is beautiful. It's challenging, but it's really rewarding.
What we're going to do is we're going to walk, jog, however we feel, just to the middle. So there's the stairs.
It's a key session in the program. It really gets their heart rate up. They're very hard, but there's a beautiful view at the top.
Remember, your first stair that you always do is always the hardest, because it's like your body's just kind of getting used to it. So
I think everyone found the stairs challenging and also a bit scary because their heart rate goes high. And so another factor of training and running is about understanding how to level that heart rate out or be comfortable with a higher heart rate to be able to get through the rest of the session. So it's also, there's a bit of a learning tool in there as well. James was going good. She was smashing it. I think what she did really well, juggling a family as well, just I think she made sure with her partner, you know, I'm doing this every Wednesday. It was something that she realised timing wise, this is what I need to do. So by week 8, she was just, kicking goals. So Gabby unfortunately was sick a couple of weeks, I think, throughout the program, and she did find it really hard.
It was difficult that I'd just been sick and going into the hill run. I had lost so much of like my fitness, and my chest just wasn't really clearing up. I was worried at that stage that I wasn't going to be able to do the 10 kilometers. I was starting to feel like, shit, these other people are way better than me. They've really improved. I haven't improved. But yeah, tough. It was tough at that point. I was feeling a bit behind the pack at that stage, but Elise and Mick were really lovely about it, and they were really encouraging, and I could hear, you know, Mick and Elise shouting my name, saying, "Go Gab," and that was really encouraging and really nice. It was hell. It was way worse than I could have ever imagined. I've never done it since. I don't know if I ever would. It was really painful, but it was definitely worth it.
I think the stairs for Gabby was something she didn't think she was going to do, and she did find it really hard. And sometimes when you're learning how to exercise, or someone's learning how to exercise and run, that challenging moment can be the really scary for someone to then want to come back and do it again. I really just made sure we connected with Gabby, you know, letting her know that I was here to support her in whatever way we can. I know she was really proud that she finished the stairs. Like, it's hard.
The social connections in the group became really important. Kind of felt like I was showing up for them, they were showing up for me. We were kind of all showing up for each other in a way, and kind of keeping the group going. So that was a really important part of the program.
Obviously 5Ks was a huge milestone, and 10 just seemed like still like so far away. And I guess I just had to be mindful that I wasn't, causing any more damage.
So thank you all so much for coming tonight. This little Q&A night is a new addition to the program and one that we're really grateful for. So we're really grateful for our panellists.
The health professional element accumulated to a VIP night that we had, where we had a kind of an expert panel, and Elise and myself were asking relevant questions that people might want to know.
Wellbeing and resilience.
So I lead a program at Neura and the UNSW, and we're trying to understand mental wellbeing and what that looks like in the brain.
We get better. It's not from the exercise, it's from the recovery afterwards. The exercise is the stimulus, and then it's the recovery that we get the adaptations, and that's how we get fitter and stronger.
As a runner, you need to fuel for your day, and fueling correctly is just making sure you're eating enough for what you're doing with your body. I really hope that in your own communities you can have these conversations that are quite positive about different body shapes, different body sizes.
Everyone has a similar goal of running, but there's also this resilience and mental health aspect that we want to build on, or we kind of find sustainable tools.
Running, I always think of it as like a tool to enrich my life in so many different ways. And the biggest part of that, I would say, is the community and the relationships that I built from running. You feel your mind is clearer, if you notice. So when you keep doing this after a lot of time, you notice when you really need it. I did 14 years of medical training to become a specialist, and at times my mental health was really impacted. And I would say for me, my running groups that I've been in over the years in different places, I always felt I was enough when I went there.
The VIP night, it was a time where people had the ability to really engage in it and open up a little bit more about the questions that they had more personally. And we kind of covered the range between mental health and wellbeing research, nutrition in and around training, what to do if you get injured, what's a good injury, what's a bad injury, and how to understand what that looks like. It was a really neat way, I think, to embed health professionals into a public health program.
Week 12 is the race day week. Obviously, it's everyone's first 10K, so everyone is pretty nervous.
I think the social connection is probably the most important part. Those last couple of weeks leading into the race, it was really noticeable that people were engaging a little bit more. They understood the people that were there along the journey with them, and that they had a bit of a shared connection around that.
Getting to week 12 was bittersweet. I think everyone was just so excited that we were running further and faster and felt like athletes a little bit. But then it was also the program was ending.
Week 12 was like I had a sense of accomplishment, like I'd gotten to the end. It was good to kind of see other people's faces and everyone else feeling like proud of themselves that they'd got themselves to the near finish line. I was definitely nervous about the 10K run still, but kind of like a shared nervousness. Everybody was saying similar things. They weren't sure if they could do it. They weren't sure if they were going to get to the end, that they'd never actually run 10Ks before. So what would it be like on the day? Yeah, so it was exciting.
On the day, it's also the Sydney Marathon event, so there's lots and lots of participants. We told everyone to meet at Central Station. We gave them all the bibs, so everyone was really excited. Oh, it's kind of manic at the train station because there are a lot of people and everyone had the same idea, like to meet at Central and get on the train.
Yeah, there's a lot of nerves flying around. It's good to see. It means that people kind of care about what they're doing.
Having Elise and Mick there for us, they kind of made me feel like it was possible that I was going to do it, and like trying to explain that there was no reason to have any doubts or any fears about doing this 10K run.
Once everyone came together, we did a little warm-up. I think once I started jogging and chatting and things like that and had a couple of laughs, then everyone started to feel good.
It was exciting to see everyone there together. It was such a lovely environment with the people who were part of the group and with Mick and Elise. It was just all around really positive experience.
Just the vibe stayed high. Like everyone's on that adrenaline from running or from, all of the people and the atmosphere, and everyone else's energy is connected.
You got this!
Once we'd started running, yeah, it was fun. It was big adrenaline, lots of big feelings, feeling good, feeling happy to be there.
We are so passionate about how this program can be impactful for people. In 12 weeks, you've just achieved something that you never thought you'd be able to do before. And it's also something now that you're going to continue on because it benefited your mental health and well-being. So it's just, amazing to see.
Running across the Harbour Bridge was amazing. Really unforgettable moment.
I think when we started this program, we sort of naturally got the tag of mum and dad for me and Elise. In those moments, it's kind of like a bit of a proud dad moment where it's taken so long to build those relationships and to keep people coming week in, week out. And when they accomplish something like running a 10K race, it gives you pride.
Once I saw the 5Ks, I was like, wow, I've surely never run a 5 kilometre this fast before, so that was cool. And then once I got to the 6 kilometres, I was like, oh my God, and my legs are still going. Kind of knew by that point, I was there to show up for me too.
I think the finish line is one of the best part of the program. It just is a different feeling. It's exciting, it's proud. It's just so happy to see them all finish at different times or together and greeting them at the end. They're fully on a big high. Like they are experiencing that big high that we like to experience when we go for a run. And they're all proud of one another as well, which I think's a really cool thing to see.
I don't think that there's a run program or run club out there that embeds research, that has health professionals in on the journey from start to finish, and creates anecdotal evidence as well as hard evidence that movement is so closely connected to our mental health and well-being. So the power of that ripple effect just doesn't stop, really. Knowing the health benefits and the mental health benefits of moving more frequently, I think it's endless.
So the hope for the future for this program is something I'm super passionate about. I want exercise to be accessible for all individuals. We understand, and most people understand, that exercise is really important for our mental health, yet people still find it hard to find access to health professionals. Run for Resilience now is like a neat 12-week program that is proven to help people's overall mental health and well-being. It's going to be a yearly thing for us, but we do want it to be around and in many community groups to build good community connections as well.
I think the future of Run for Resilience is hopefully disseminating this out to communities far and wide. It's more than a run group, it's more than a run program, and it really deconstructs health behaviours and health practitioners to just all put everyone in the same room and let's have a conversation.
We did it! It was fun. It was fun, Oh, that was great. Really great experience. Yeah, so grateful for the team. And I never would have thought I would have done 10K ever would have asked me.
By 9 a.m.
Yeah, by 9 a.m. exactly.
I think it was really lovely to do it as a part of the Run for Resilience. Because it gave you that group, you knew someone is waiting at the end, someone is cheering you on at the beginning.
Totally. Being here with people and the energy, feeling satisfied. Yeah.
Everybody's worried about what their body looks like.
Yeah.
It's nice to actually just think about what your body can actually do. We're able to get out and have a nice run.
I'm feeling really proud of myself, really grateful for the program that I got here, because I don't think I would have got here without all the help and encouragement from everybody.
The program definitely helped me gain resilience. The person I think I've now got a little bit more of, or the person I've kind of found again, is just like a happier, more easygoing, like carefree person rather than like quite a cynical, like sad sack. This program had such a profound like impact on my happiness and my overall like health, was just because it offered an alternative, or it gave me that insight. I am still trying to run at least once or twice a week. Someone gave the analogy during the program that it's like brushing your teeth. Like you just have to find that moment and take it, even if it's a quick run, even if I just get out of the house with the dogs and go for a short like jog. I think I've brushed my teeth. I don't think I realised how much like starting a family would impact my life. I didn't know how it would impact me physically, like my relationship, like almost every element. And I wasn't expecting it to like have such a severe kind of negative impact. So to be able to like get those parts back that I liked about myself has been hugely beneficial. Yeah, it's been amazing.
I felt like a real sense of accomplishment, like I'd set a task for myself and I'd gone and done it. Doing the program kind of gave me an opportunity to both improve my physical health and my mental health. I gained confidence from starting out the running and starting to see myself improve. I was in a better mood, feeling capable, feeling competent. After the program finished, I actually signed up to do my master's, and I really did it off the back of feeling this like I can do something I set my mind to. So yeah, it definitely had a big impact on me, and a sense of like watching myself do something that I didn't think I could do.